Hosting is just such a great outreach as a Christian. I mean, hospitality is demonstrated throughout the Bible. We see, especially with the early church, the way they would come together and share food and share meals.
You know, hospitality is central to the gospel. You know, you have parts of Scripture where Jesus and all of his disciples are eating together and sharing in that community.
I think 52 Tables is a chance to eat 52 meals with friends.
Food is such a accessible way for someone who might feel uncomfortable with the church or Christians in general. It's a low stress access point. You can just have a meal together, and that could be that, or you can start a friendship.
It's really kind of a model that we have the opportunity to follow as we reach out to everyone around us.
And the gospel is really meant to be lived in community and experienced in community, and that's a way that we can share the gospel, is by sharing community.
We're opening our homes to people, and we are loving our neighbors and loving our friends and loving our church community in a way that Christ modeled.
It's bringing people together that otherwise maybe wouldn't be able to get together or wouldn't know each other, and creating those bridges between the people in our lives and the things and the people that matter to us, and showing Christ to those that might not know him.
So 52 Tables is just having dinner with someone who's not plugged into a church.
52 Tables is Holy Cross's initiative to get people in dining room chairs and dining room tables and dining rooms, and to have community with each other, with people inside the church, members of Holy Cross, and people that are outside the church.
Oftentimes, the best way to do that is through a meal, hence the 52 tables, 52 weeks in a year, and sharing meals is a great way to open your home in a way that gives people an opportunity to gather together with some purpose and just converse and expand our friendships and the sense of belonging that we have with our neighbors and them to us.
We invited a friend of mine from a mom's group I'm part of, and I just talked to so many people who don't have any community, don't have any friends, and so 52 Tables is just a way to provide some community for people who might feel pretty alone.
We have friends that are not believers, we have friends that are believers that have ended up getting to know each other, their kids know each other, they get together for Halloween, they see each other at Easter. And I think that that's something, one of our 52 Tables was Easter Sunday, and it was really cool to have these friends that have known each other for years remember stuff from the last time they had seen each other. And then we had a lot of people from Holy Cross that had moved here recently that got to meet new friends, Christian or otherwise, and so I think that that's something that we like doing and that we get to do because we grew up here and know people from so many different areas of our lives.
One of the fun things about our 52 Tables experience was just seeing all the connections. It turns out that our guests were from the South as well, and so there was a lot of discussion about barbecue and low country boil versus gumbo. Really illustrated how many more connections that we have with each other, even though these were people we didn't know very well. We invited friends from church who had never met them, but there was a lot more overlap than one might expect.
My favorite thing about our 52 Tables was a water balloon fight that we had after the meal in the park across from our house. We just invited the older youth group kids. We have some from our neighborhood and some from our church who come regularly, and we let them battle it out. It was girls against boys, and the girls obviously won.
One of the challenges we had was the fact that, we are a family with young children. We have a toddler, and she was acting like a toddler. Did not want to share any of her toys, hit their toddler several times. It got to the point where their child started avoiding Ruth a little bit. And so for Tim and I, that was frustrating and a little embarrassing that we're not presenting the perfect household, right? But that's what a family is, right? We can't control the behavior of young children. And it shows that we are a normal family as well, with babies who cry and toddlers who throw tantrums. But it was a good check on Tim and my pride. It was a bit humbling.
You know, I think there's always, even if you enjoy hosting, there's still effort you put into it, right, to prepare the home. Not necessarily, there's no requirement to make it immaculate or whatever, but you are opening your home, making it accessible to people, and ensuring that the meal's prepared and you have a plan for that. Oh, you're just not standing around staring at each other awkwardly, But so it's just a matter of deciding to take the time and putting forth the effort. But if we have a precious commodity that you can never replace, it's time. So the places where you invest time are very frequent, or a very easy way, I should say, for us to understand what people find important. So if you invest time in people, then it's affirming for them that they have value and that they're important.
We would. I think we would host another table.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a water balloon fight at the end.
We had a lot of fun. I think the most difficult thing was finding a time where all of our schedules aligned, but we just kept trying and kept throwing out dates until something worked, and when it worked, we grabbed it. So
just do it. Like, don't overthink it. It doesn't need to be the perfect meal. It can be paper plates. It doesn't need to be the perfect combination of people. I think I stressed out a little bit too much about, well, who would be a good combination? Would they feel welcome with these people? Just invite friendly people. And everyone at church is so friendly. Spend time together. I think it's easy to worry about, like, am I going to say the right thing or the wrong thing? The goal here is not to preach the next Mars Hill sermon. It's to just have a meal with people, get to know them, find out what their hobbies are, what their favorite meals are, what their family situation is like. Just be friendly.
It doesn't have to be anything huge or crazy. Like, you can just order pizza and have a few people over.
Play Settlers of Catan.
Play Settlers of Catan. We've done big things like Easter, and we've done small things like a game night, or just, hey, come have Taco Bell with us. I don't think we've ever actually served Taco Bell.
I would, though.
Yeah, we would.
Don't overthink it. We did sandwiches and salad and fruit and freeze pops after the water balloon fight. I think sometimes we can get really bogged down with hosting a nice, elaborate dinner. I know I like to cook, and so that is something that I enjoy doing, but it can be as simple as grabbing a pizza and a bag of salad and calling it 52 tables.